Hey everyone, we're midweek here and looking to do some more Zendikar Rising drafting. We are going to go Premier. Chat has voted on this one. We kind of split it so far this week, so I threw it back to chat. And we're going to do best of one. That means no sideboarding. That means variants can be a little tougher because you get you feel like you should beat that person and don't get your best 2 out of 3 chance to do so. But it's also fun to get a variety of opponents and hop from one to the next. So I like both modes. I find myself doing more Premier offline because I like the ability to hop in, literally play one game and hop out. I mean, the difference between 1 game and 3 games is real when you're managing your spare time on a weekend or whatever. So I do find a lot of value in that from Premier. If you want to find a lot of value in your shopping for your tabletop game, though, you know where to go. My sponsor, CardKingdom.com. They are full of value. They are value-laden. They are value-rific. One of the best values is in selling your cards back to them for store credit. I love doing that. They give great credit and great prices on your buy list stuff, all the cards you're not using, and you can flip them into the latest and greatest. Get some Zendikar Rising sealed product. Maybe you just want to do some sealed at home with your family. Whoever you're quarantined with, you know, this is a good time to pick up some sealed product for that kind of home limited, which is a great way to pass some time right now. And I just want you to remember, though, that the interactions you have with Card Kingdom from my affiliate link, which you can find in the YouTube notes, you can find in the chat link here, and in the panels down below on my Twitch page, that lets them know that you got there from here, and all of your interactions and especially your purchases with them in the next couple weeks after visiting via my link are attributed to my stream as at least a support, an assist. I get an assist, so help me get an assist, and then slam it home with some great value at cardkingdom.com, and we'll keep this stream trucking, okay? Okay, let's pay our $1,500, hop to draft view, and forest? We really want a forest. Yes! We did it, gang. I think we have one of each now. Thank you, DG. Well, DG says, placed an order with CK this morning. I'm waiting for ... but didn't use your link. Sorry. Good question. I don't know how long the art thing goes. It was I think you can get multiples, right? But that was the last individual basic land type that we needed. There's a rare that we're not going to take. We can start on a Falconer for just nice air elemental value. We can start on Thwart for a nice bring them back value. I'm thinking I like this best in the actually the red-black party deck uses this really well because not only does it reduce the cost, but you do have a lot of ETB effects from the party stuff. Maybe we can wheel something like a Gloom Hunter or a Priest if we take this. I kind of think, in general, I feel like Falconer is better. And in the color I want to be, but we have been doing a lot of blue, a lot of kicker. Let's take Thwart the Grave and start here. I think Thwart the Grave and the Falconer are pretty equivalently powerful. They're similarly powerful, so we can go ahead and start with the thing we're doing less. Yeah, I agree, Cheese. Falconer goes later than it should. It's an air elemental with good stuff. Yeah, we can get a free card here. It works with our first pick. Goma Fata would be nice in a party red-black deck, but we should stay on color with the spell land. These are just too good. If it was not on color, it would be a little tougher, but this is fine and matches our first pick. What are we passing? Just looking around. I don't think the pack beasts haven't been making it around. Maybe that Skulker will, though. The Rabid Bite also tempting here. But spell lands, man. They're good. Conundrum, not really playable and limited. But it's an interesting sideboard card and constructed. Root Grazer is like the best card here, but it's not any of the, it's not black, and it's 2 new colors, which I'm not into. Yeah, we can just take the bug catcher. Feels a little like I'm a little worried about the lack of red black. That's good, but bug catcher is quite good. And there's not that much else going on. We can take the cleric. Yeah, cleric is fine, says Haj, but I think bug catcher, like I said, I like thwart best in the red black party deck. So let's move there. White cleric. Oh, sorry, white cleric. I was a little surprised you wanted that one, but yes, sorry. This to get in the black white cleric deck makes a lot. Now I'm with you, Haj. Yes, that would be a reasonable pick too. But I'm going to go with the red black party direction and see where that goes. This is an excellent little flip land if you're playing enough of the spells. Fissure Wizard, nice for this deck too. Red Wizard, but I actually like the Pack Beast here. Pack Beast, this is a fine spot for a Pack Beast, and maybe we wheel this Wizard. We probably wheel this Vampire and could throw it in maybe. It's a warrior, whatever. We hope not to do this. But, oh yeah, I love the bug catcher. In this deck especially, this thing can be literally a 5/2 trample for 2. It's not common, but this helps. And here we have Gloom Hunter is maybe the best black card in the abstract here. But Skydancer provides a rogue, and I think I'm going to push hard on our party theme. So Gloom Hunter, better in the abstract. Skydancer, more towards what we're trying to do here, so I'm going to do that. Roiling Vortex. This must not be good if it's still here in rare. Beginning of each player's upkeep, Roiling Vortex deals 1 damage to them. Whenever a player casts a spell, if no mana was spent to cast that spell, it deals 5 damage to them, and Oppo can't gain life. This is your best of 3. I could see maybe bringing it in against a heavy dedicated life gain deck, but that's not us. This I don't think is good enough even. If this had a creature type, maybe. If this had a party type, I'd be in. But we just want a champ. It's this is looking for other warriors. It's not looking for a wide party, but the Pack Beast is neat in that case because, right, like I like Champ and Pack Beast in this type of deck where the Pack Beast is turning on the champion to make it the 4/3 while also being something else to enable party. Oh gosh, I do like these flip lands, but do you think we should take a Pack Beast over it? This is a great way to finish a game. Jinx wants the free card. Boy, I'm tempted by this, though. This is exactly what we are trying to get towards. A couple of Pack Beasts go so far. But I agree. Ultimately, I'll be a grown-up. I really want the Pack Beast, but, you know.
Grown-ups.
I can take Kite Sail here. I'm going to take a white card to hedge. Are these good enough for that? I mean, I guess this is a good party reward. This rogue... Yeah, Hodge says this rogue is fine. I think I'll take this rogue. Oh, you want the red rogue? I think... I don't like the black... The red rogue disappointed me. I ran it for a little bit, and then it just was, it felt bad. Take a Gloom Hunter here. Didn't really like either of those rogues, but we'll see. Tormenting Voice, or are we playing a Kite Sail if we get it? Again, I think we will. I don't love putting a full card into reach like this, but it is truly reach for this kind of deck. Being able to pick up one of our ground creatures and get through with it could be the difference. So we'll take it and see if it makes the deck by the end. Take a Protector here on a hedge. Blood Price, playable. Not, this is a little bit more controlling, but it refilling an aggro deck to finish them off is not the worst either. I'll leave that in the main, but unlikely to see play. This is good against us. This is like... Not what we want to see. This is, though. Consensus best common. We'll take it. Shadow Cat, not a type. Neither is Geopede. We could take Electromancer to add to our wizard count and add to the type. Subtle Strike might be better. We could Subtle Strike and try to wheel the Electromancer. I find this actually okay in the green-black deck, but that's about the only place I want it. Tactics in party is strong, but right now I don't think we are anywhere near white. So yes, but Electromancer or Subtle Strike is where I'm at. I guess red and black have enough premium style removal, and we're low enough on 3s that I'm going to take the Electromancer. I do like a Subtle Strike, but we are hoping for more things like Royal Eruption. Totally, Haj. I had 2 Electromancers. Oh, by the way, I should say, we played one red-black party deck on air. We started it on air and then didn't finish it on air. I finished it off air and 7-0'd it. I went 7-0 with a similar deck, although it was on my paid account in the silver mines. So it's not like my competition was the toughest, but I did cleanly 7-0 that one. Take the guide over any of this stuff and I guess we could take a rare, like this is where, gosh, maybe I even will. I guess I'll take the guide because, again, we're gem independent here, but I can't tell anybody who is looking to manage their free-to-play account on the gem front while collection building, I would absolutely take this rare. We don't need to rare draft here because we have all the resources we need, but if I were up against my resources, I would slam that rare, no thought, no looking back. Great pickup here. We want to keep on these cheap curves because if we can pick up more Electromancers, Haj was talking about the turn 3. Generally, if you play this on turn 3, you need to play another like a Pack Beast or a Bug Catcher or something. If you get some black 2-drops, you can do the Electromancer on 4 and have black left over to help with that. But we're gonna slam the Priest because of that. Teasing us with another red rare that's not very good. We could take a Sentinel. Fissure Wizard. Sorry, I thought somehow this looked for a second to me like the deal 4 damage to blocker. My mind interpreted this as 4 damage to blocker when actually this is straight perfect. This actually allows us to be cast on. This can be cast on turn. Well, it depends if we play like the rogue or whatever, but 2-drop red creatures are nice for the Electromancer stuff. Not a lot of black here. Seems like we're getting cut. I could take the Hellhound. I really don't think we're going to play it, but it's possible we're so aggro we do. I guess I'll take it over Supplies or Vault Progress. Hat just wants to vault it. I'm going to keep all of our options open. The vault just isn't that important. We can take a Subtle Strike here. Hellion to bounce back one of our lands and provide a little bounce, a little endgame smacker. But first Hellion or second Champ or... Yeah, we can take first Hellion. I want that subtle. I want a Subtle Strike, but again, we're in a color pair that ostensibly has the tools to not force us to do that. I'm going to take a 3-drop Cleric here, continuing to round out our. Yeah, Haj. I think probably with a little more time on that pick, Haj, I don't end up there. But clock was running down. Wildfire or Hellhound. I suppose I'll take another Hellhound on the theory that if we do play these, they're going to be better in multiples. Like if we get 4 Hellhounds, then suddenly maybe that's a play. So I'll take it, I'll hedge on that, but I don't think we're going to do it. In fact, I'll pull these for now. All right. The strike came back. That's great. See, this is what I thought it was. Look, you can see why. Look at this. Can you see why I got confused? Look at that. I'm never playing that silencer. It didn't even matter. We already have one. If we play one, we're playing exactly one. And I'm never playing that fort either. Are we playing base camp? I mean, it is the deck, but I don't think we're playing it. It's kind of like the Night Land from Eldraine. Even when you're in that deck, you don't really want it. Relic, not for us. Rogue on a land is, though. The problem is there's like nothing here that we're excited to have wheel. I suppose if we pick up a bunch more of the Hellhounds and decide to run with that, then we are happy to get a Wildfire. But we're going to take the Rogue is pretty good for us. Another spell land, but there's a Royal Eruption. So here we go. I think we need the Royal Eruption because our removal isn't that strong here. In fact, I'm pretty disappointed that we don't have the 5-mana party removal in black yet. And then maybe we wheel the Seagate Colossus and can play that. This is very good in the format with all of the 1 toughness around. Master of Winds, a strong card as well. Fearless Fledgling is insane. If we ended up in white, we would have had a fine deck too. Maybe we'll wheel another Molten Blast. Well, that red-white deck looked like it would have been pretty sweet, but we're going to be happy with where we're headed. I like our deck so far. I think we want another wizard here, though. Ooh. Here's another wizard to consider. Hard to pass this. We're not like taking huge advantage of this, but almost impossible to pass. It's such a lightning rod. Anybody looks at this and just figures it needs to die or they will. Wowie! Hello, friend. Get in our deck. Coming together here. Here's a Hellion, or we could Mind Drain. Mind Drain's pretty effective thing for an aggro deck to do after it's started curving out. Second Hellion, maybe not even really what the deck wants to do. So, yeah, I think we want Mind Drain number 1 over Hellion here. Watkas likes Hellion, but I like Hellion number 1 better, but I do like splitting them there. I think 1 Hellion, 1 Mind Drain is fine for this deck. Take some Vault Progress here. Let's see. I guess I'll complete my set of Brushfire Elementals. Here's the pick coming back. We can take a Vampire as just a random warrior, and we're pretty low on 4s, so it probably plays. We already have a Blood Price and not interested in these 2. Colossus did come back. Yeah, there's some other good decks going around, but I think ours ended up pretty good. Molten Blast comes back. Do we want the Worm for the curve? Not really. We got the Colossus now. We got Silencer up at the top. We'll take a Blast and decide if we're playing 2. Probably not. Utility Knife not going to make it. And Inordinate Rage is fine when I have failed to pick up a bunch of removal, but we've picked up a bunch of removal. Haj says no on the 4-drop. I haven't done the type count yet, Haj. If you're right on that, I bet we would figure that out here. Cutting that. All right, let's start with looking at our special land count and getting our. Normally I do my lands last, but in this format I need to do them first to even understand what my cut target is, you know? I kind of want to start with both the tiny rogue and the big rogue on the bench and see what happens. What if I do that, how many rogues we got? We still have 2 rogues. So 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Which of these do we want to think of as spells? Like 2 of them? Like, I'd love to cast this as a spell, love to cast this as a spell. This is whatever. If it turns out to be a good spot for it, fine, but I mostly think of this as a land. And same with the rebirth. Oh, yeah, sorry, let me get here. So I'm thinking I want like 18... If I put these in this spots where I want to pass them, and then we put 18 here, or maybe we can do 17 here, and just do this. That produces 19. That's like 19 lands, but all right, so then, yeah, we can cut only 1 Molten Blast. The price. Oh yeah, Rage, thank you. I knew I had something I was trying to cut, but I couldn't find it. Well, it wrecked you, D, but that's one spot. Don't let one result define it for you. It can wreck. It can be useless. I don't hate it. I haven't cut it yet, but let's be honest about its range. Its range is, wow, it won us a game that I'm not sure a replacement card from our sideboard could have done. And it can also be, wow, we sat there looking at a kite sail on the battlefield unequipped while we got wrecked. Do I have flying? Well, we don't have flying. We have, where is it? The Gloom Hunter. And then the Sky Dancer, and that's about it. Yeah, we have removal that can reach flyers, but we don't have actually flying. Let's see. I cut 1. We can put a blast back. I mean, this is all, I'm just messing around here. Yeah, let's look at our stuff again. 15 creatures. There's a call for putting the silencer back in. Silencer, not a bad target for thwart, that's for sure. What if we cut Gloom Hunter, bring in the silencer? How are we doing on warriors? Got 4 warriors. That's true. We can cut the highborn because we have other warriors. It's pretty junky. But that I think I'm going to try the silencer. I don't love this, but we are party and it's really good with thwart. So I'm going to give it a try to start. Maybe I come back and cut it, but I'm going to try it. And then this puts us at 40. We could go with this. There was still calls to cut Kite Sail and bring back other stuff. 14 creatures, not a lot. I kind of want to cut this Kite Sail and bring in bring back a creature, either a Highborn or a Gloom Hunter, or the Molten Blast. Bring back other removal. Molten Blast has not been amazing, but it generally holds up. Generally finds something that's 3 mana to get rid of, or sometimes gets rid of a really important artifact. D, if I don't run the Wings main, we'll give them a try. Don't worry, we'll experiment with some different builds here. Science! And this is a little lower on creatures than I want at 14. Well, is anybody... Yeah, it looks like we do have a bling. Amonkhet full. You got it? Oops, wrong button. Oh, did you... We do have the... You said Amonkhet full, but we do actually have everything now. Did you want Krauser? Did you want actual Zendikar? We got our final one. We have both. I thought that's what Krauser was saying. Yeah. I'm trying to give Krauser what has been ordered. These two look similar. Is this the same artist? Sam Burley? Yep. I could tell. It just felt... We'll double Sam. Double Sam. I got to work with Sam Burley. Very nice fellow. Yeah, what would you cut for the kite sail, and then we can track it, D? Let's go... Sailing away. Because we sent it away, see? Get it? I think this is 19. I think is right with the 4 spell lands because we have some 6s. Effectively, we want to get to. This is a 6. This will be a 5 or a 6. Something, you know. The last set I worked on, I was in design on Dominaria. Not a full-time start-to-finish design on Dominaria, but I was on Dominaria design for like 2 months. I tell you, the things that are good about Dominaria are not my fault, or, you know, it's not hubris for me to like Dominaria as a format. I really didn't have that kind of impact on it. Anyway, you'd cut a Molten Blast, but, well, it's not going to be exactly accurate because we can't see 2 different versions of it, but you can imagine, even in the, would we... Regardless of which Molten Blast we draw, we can ask ourselves the question. I know, David, it almost like you guaranteed it with that. You just should have said nothing. And I believe I have some sort of meme to redeem. What is it? Weird Science? You got it. Weird Science. Well, you got to make your call, D. We can't play the Would We Rather game if we don't know exactly the card that you would have played instead. Okay, Mind Drain is D's replacement for... D would like to pull Mind Drain for Kite Sail. How's it looking? Ah, no 2. We have so many 2s in this deck. I gotta keep. We got both of our colors. We got 2 chances at a 2. I'm gonna keep, but it's frustrating. It's disappointing that we don't have a 2 to start. Gonna save that as a land. We've got 3 lands going right now. We have both blasts in. So are you saying cut silencer for kite sail then or whatever? Ah, sadness. Not only did we not get a 2-drop, Oppo did, so now we're getting beat down. I think we had to keep that, but not. But this is the problem. Oh, and of course, late to work. Late to work, Fissure Wizard. Play wizard, drop silencer. I don't know what you mean. We can Skydance as a flash option. We can also just drop the rogue. Blocks it. I think I'm just going to play this. Oh, I'm using all my mana, Jinx. We'll find another 2-drop on the next draw and then cast them both. Or we'll get more land. This card's a problem. It's a minor problem for 1 more land drop, and then we're just kind of dead. So Silencer next turn? How do we get Silencer next turn? Oh, because I mean I've already played a land. It's 6 mana. You all know something I don't? Yeah. So the line that is being suggested here is that we basically get set up to thwart it, which is going to be our best chance. We can kind of set up to thwart next turn and kill it, which we're going to need to do or we lose to the Scoot Swarm. So Fissure, discarding Silencer is definitely the line here. Ooh, Treachery is interesting too if we had some sack outlets, but we don't really. Still can hold this and maybe try to find a win. Oh yeah, I was hoping they would block here. Oh, but they didn't play a 5th land even, so that's really good for us. Yeah, we're going to attack because we would love to trade off any of this stuff, and we need to keep. They only have 1, 2, 3, 4 power. I suppose if they literally block everything, they could make it so we can't cast Thwart, but we want that, so I'm going to send in. And we could play Treachery tapped if we wanted, but we'll just hold that as a spell and go ahead and thwart now before that Scoot Swarm does anything more. We needed to play... Yeah, we could have done it the other way, I suppose. Up to 1. That was weird. Oh, I think I unselected it. I get it. Yeah, I could have waited and steal and made a copy, but I think I like not playing around and just getting that thing dead is good. They might even bring it back. I mean, they've shown us black now, so this could come back for an encore. In which case we could do that. Drawing a lot of land now. We get Treacherous and force a wizard block on, like, the insect. I like attack and... Yeah, we can steal this... Well, yeah, we can't do it anymore. We killed the swarm, and I'm fine with killing the swarm. I'm just trying to decide if we are Going for treachery, probably just attack in. If they want to trade off here, that's fine. And then we have a 2-spell play and a treachery for the follow-up. So I'm just going to swing out. We're a party deck, so we don't love seeing our party types get traded off for. But in this case, we can follow up with a 2-spell turn and have a treachery for whatever they play on their turn when we follow up for our next turn. So I don't mind clearing the board here. Yeah, let's see, we have Malakir Blood Priest. Is that the only other priest we have? Might be, besides Pack Beast. So this card isn't great. You know, stealing a creature for 1 turn, not the best. That's not the best either. Ooh, that, however, is among the best. Let's take out their hand and then have treachery for next turn. So this is where this would be wings. If D had his way, we'd be casting a flying thing, which would be good too. Let's be clear that turning this into a 3/2 flyer on this board would also be good. But getting rid of the Sky Dancer, also good. I don't know. Let's see. Trying to figure out now if I'm playing this mountain. We do have another Fissure Wizard, so I'm going to hold on to that mountain. Yeah, we didn't get any Deadly Alliance. Oh, we hit... Oh, because it was a mill. Sorry, I looked at the top 2 and figured that's what we got him to discard. Never mind, that was great. Yeah, I thought we discarded Swamp and... Dancer, but I forgot the mill part. Hey, look, I thought through and decided not, and it worked out. Although we could even treachery, but I'm just going to go for pitching the mountain. If we find another basic land, we can still do the treachery play, and if we find another spell, wonderful. It's not really a 4-turn clock, though, D, because in that world they have a Sky Dancer to block and a Deadly Alliance to kill. So it's not, you know, you got to be honest about that. Hey, we'll take that. Now, if they play a 3-power creature and do nothing else, we win. Now, if they play a 5-power creature and do nothing else, we win. So close. So close. Do we do it? Take the 4. Wizard says save for lethal. I'm with Wizard, because here's the thing, they might start attacking us. But if they're not going to attack us, we should. If they're going to start to race, then we shouldn't. But if they're not going to race and they're going to sit here back on D, then we should. D, if you keep going on about it, I'm going to mute you. You can talk about what the kite sail would have done, but don't beat it into the ground. And also, you're hurting yourself as a player if you're not going to acknowledge what the card that we played instead did. You seem to be thinking like, I'm so right. I'm so right. Because, look, we'd be winning right now, like completely ignoring the fact that Oppo would have a flyer to block with and a removal spell. Had to decided to do it. Yeah, we have 3 cards we could find for lethal. Boom. I was just trying to complete my kick 30 spells quest. Look, I was just trying to justify the use of a kick meme. Same number of clicks, really. Yeah, exactly. It's not like I added any clicks. Both of those cards, you know, to also bolster what Dee's saying, you know, the kite sail would have been good there. Kite sail does do for us the job we hope it would do when we're ahead. We had the spot where we were ahead there, so it was doing what we would hope, which is closing out a game. And here we get to keep, thanks to the power of these lands. We're going to play this one as a land and maybe hold this one to be a rogue, but an easy keep. With 2 wizards, we can also try and wait and get this rock slide sorcerer down before we cast these other wizards, but I'm not going to be greedy about it. We'll see. You want to save this? You'd rather play this out? Well, I got to play one of these two, and I value this rogue more than I value the rebirth. So I'm going to go with my line. And now I like pitching the silencer to try and find more land with this wizard. Again, not going to be greedy. But we do, if we find another land here, we get to play rogue on 3, sorcerer on 4, and then hopefully electromancer and maybe even royal eruption on 5 or something. Perfect. Our payoffs are not a ton. We have Thwart the Grave as a party payoff. We have 1 bug catcher that loves a big party. We've got 1 electromancer that loves a big party. And now we're in a spot where we do get Sorcerer on 4, and if they don't snap it off immediately, we get to follow with pings from Royal Eruption and Electromancer. So if they can't kill our Sorcerer next turn, I think we win. You know, we're going to take over the game with it. Maybe we can go... Should we actually just Royal Eruption the cat and play Bug Catcher this turn? I'm worried about this kitty now, though. Assuming this gets a counter next turn, we could still end up killing it with 2 pings. You want the greedy play? Well, look, Royal Eruption takes care of the Scythe Cat for a couple of landfall triggers, so I'm going to be greedy. Because the Royal Eruption can bail us out on the kitty, I'm going to do it. And they're not going to block... I mean, hey, take... If you want the wizard, it's yours. I should have attacked before I played this. Sorry, that's part of my streaming sequencing issues, but... once I decided the play, that was when I should have attacked, and then post-combat played the Sorcerer. Despite, I mean, there's a way in which if we really want the trade, we can show it here and say, look, we're just going to ping this anyway, but I assume they have landfall. Like, if they didn't have lands in hand, they might even just take the wizard trade, knowing that the sorcerer was going to come get them. But also, if they have an answer for the sorcerer, that would be a reason not to trade. So we gave them some extra info, and now let's see what how they're gonna use it.
The point is, ladies and gentlemen, that greed is good.
Oppo in the tank here. Maybe trying to figure out if they need to be on defense, or whether they can attack, or how they're going to deal with Sorcerer after we untap. Looks like they're going for it. Maybe a Royal Eruption there. No. But some extra landfalliness. Still okay even, because now if we untap, let's say they landfall again. Let's say they do another... Yeah, okay, this seems fine. This is a tough one to play in Limited. I get that they're in landfall, but hard to make this thing work. Go... So now we go like this, doing Electromancer. Oh wait, do we have a warrior yet? Hold on. Plan it all out. Wizard, rogue, wizard. No warrior, so we can go Bug Catcher, boom, boom. Then with 3 mana left, we cast Electromancer, which produces the mana to cast the Royal Eruption. Okay. We only get 2 pings here, and we're going to use that one there. And then just kill the kitty. Send in everything. The green-white common kitties are great, by the way. I love the Territorial Scythe Cat and the 2/3 Vigilant white kitty. Both landfall +1/+1 counter cats, and they're both great. I think we just win. I don't know. Math is for the computer. All right. Kite Sail, discard 2, and the deal 2 or kill an artifact, all feeling like they have similar potential value on a game. Interesting choices. But maybe I'll give let's give D a chance and do Kite Sail. You wanted to cut Mind Drain, D, or a Molten Blast? I'll let you choose. We'll give I do want to experiment with this card in the deck. We'll see. If D doesn't pipe up, I will just assume Mind Drain, although D is on quite the lag, so often it's good 30 seconds before he responds to my input. Treachery. No, I'm not giving you Treachery. I'll give you... You got to be Molten... I'm going to choose Molten Blast then. Okay, Blast. There we go. I don't love Silencer, but it does. I like it because of the thwart and because I want to try it. But maybe 6 mana is too much for that thing. But the other thing we did with it is reanimate it and kill our opponent's bomb and beat them, you know? We're going first. We have a Subtle Strike, but no 2-drop unless we specifically draw a mountain. If we do, the hand is pretty good. But I don't... It's too bad, you know, if this is a mountain we keep. I'm gonna mulligan this, though. Ugh, instead we get... Oh, we got a... sorry, we did get a mountain, effectively, so this is actually better. We're gonna keep this. And... I think we just have to throw back the Hellion. Everything else is coming up a little faster. If we don't do Hellion, we're doing a land. But if we do a land, we're so far off from the Hellion that that doesn't seem right. If we draw another land, we'll wizard one away. Indeed. Let's see. We've got double black for thwart. And that's it. Plus our wizard makes red, so I'm going to ditch red. That thing's got to die. Blast it. If this had been the kite sail, we'd be pretty sad. That's why this is okay. Like, we just traded down. Like, we spent 3 to kill 2, but it was so important to kill that, right? Ooh, Rock Slide Sorcerer changes our plan. I was just going to Mind Drain him, but now we get to kill this after we Mind Drain him next turn. I'm going to start with an attack. They'll never block the wizard, but let's give them a chance. It's going to be tough for them to deal with that in those colors. Nice ramp from them there. Looks like we may get this next turn, though. Or we get some action. Or we get a tap land and are a little bit sad. We'll kill the Mana Dork and sit back against the Shepherd. Anything could have been the sail. I'm just... At any point, D, we can be theoretical about the sail. I'm not saying we had the sail alternative in hand. I'm saying... That was a spot where, in the case of Molten Blast versus Sail, we wanted the blast. That's all I'm saying. I could say now, I want the Colossus over the Sail. That's all. They must have more defense here. I would not have sent that unless they had something else to stop our 3/3 and 2/1 from attacking, because holding off 5 seems better than attacking for 3 given the race conditions here. Ouch. Well, at least we can still cast our Colossus. I suppose I'm taking some risk here because there was a pause. If they have the deal damage, if they have the strike card, they could kill this and make it so we can't cast this turn. So yeah, but I did true. So now should I attack and risk it or play it super safe? I think I'm going to risk it. if we get rid of if it's their last card, we get their last card, and then this becomes pretty great with any land. Well, you'll find a friend in Jay Schneider who thinks reduce your deck to 40 is overblown. He doesn't say that it's wrong outright, but Jay Schneider certainly thinks that the impact of one extra card is no big deal. But it's hard to say, like, it's on the one hand no big deal, but on the other hand, in the game where you need to draw your best card and it's one deeper in the deck because you chose to play 41 and you lose because you missed the top deck and got some other random card instead, then maybe that wasn't the best, you know? I was wondering if it was a tap thing. Well, we'll certainly offer our wizard for that raptor. And hope that they just brick out a bit here. If we both flood out, it favors us. Eventually they have to double block the Colossus with the raptor and the hero shepherd there. Pretty good draw for them, getting a blocker on the ground. Hey, look! Everybody salute D. Pretty good here, huh? I pulled a Molten Blast. So if we drew Molten Blast, we could like kill the raptor. I'm throwing him a bone, relax. Bug catcher. Well, we can... Let's see. Now we have to decide how much we're playing around one piece of removal, but I don't think we can just wait. So we got to send in, make him block with the snare caster, play the bug catcher, and put it in the air. It puts us dead to removal, but we have. Tron says no swing. Well, what's your plan, Tron? If we don't swing, what's your plan? Win with a trampling flying bug catcher or something? My plan, at least I have a plan. They don't have anything. They chump here. We say that if you chump, we can crack back for the win. Or if you attack and make us chump, we can crack back for the win. That's a plan. If you tell me not to swing, I want your plan. Stay back and block, and then hope we draw something that changes things. I'm gonna risk it. I'm gonna make them have something. At least I got a plan. If they have something, I'll tip the cap and move on. But at least I have a plan. Yeah, no matter what, we can only put up one flyer. So regardless, they kill our one flyer and we dead. We're going to stop the most damage here. This suggests they have something for the air. I mean, I don't see them making this attack unless they can stop the Colossus. All right, that's not stopping the Colossus, but it's stopping them from dying and now puts us in a no-win situation. So we bricked out, Oppo found action, and that was the difference here. I'll make them figure it out, though. Let's put a bluff pauses here. Two cards and pauses in the UI. But they figured it out. Good job, Oppo. We just drew... Did not find friendliness. I mean, look at our land. They're showing 5 lands to our 20 million. I mean, come on. We did fine that game, all things considered. Magic wasn't going to let us have that one. If we kill one of those flyers with the blast, we are still on the ground entirely, and we can only kill the small flyer, so the 3/4 is cracking at us in the air while they chump on the ground. I'll give the kite sail one more shot here. Yeah, that was a little rough. I mean, they found perfect stuff. Like they found, look at what Oppo top decked over the last 3 or 4 turns there compared to our land flood. It was just like, sure, I guess if you get all the answers, we can keep this though. I'm going to try Bug Catcher and see if we can't Bug Catcher into Mind Drain, into Rock Slide Sorcerer, into Fissure Wizard. But if we have to, we can also do the same thing. Fissure Wizard away the Silencer again. It's our #1 play with this card and this card, it seems. Not fully sold on this card either in the deck, but we don't have a ton of rogues, and I really do like it with Thwart the Grave. All right, Hat, I'll keep that in mind. We are short lands. Boy, I would love to cast this as a rogue. This would be a much better turn 3 play than the Mind Drain. We do have a wizard on 2 where we can get rid of the Silencer looking for more land, so I'm gonna...
The point is, ladies and gentlemen, that greed is good.
Let's see what we draw. If we find a land... interesting. Interesting. Now, I think I'm going to go wizard over catcher because I do want to look for land. If this had been a basic land, I would go catcher here. But without a basic land to set up our turn 3 blast or rogue, I'm going to ditch the Silencer to the wizard and look for that. All right, no land, but closer to one. Well, let's see. I like Treachery as a land, rebuking. What do we want to rebuke, though? If we rebuke the Rogue, we can get in for 2, for what that's worth. If we rebuke the Blade Master, we stop the potential out of runaway kind of value train that can happen on double strikers. Yeah, we can also just wait. I actually like that line. I like Furnace's line. I'm going to play the Treachery as a land and just actually cast a creature. That seems fine. I like leaning towards board building when our life total is healthy like this. Yes, we take a crack from these 2 creatures, but we establish some board presence. And we can drop a rogue, and Bugcatcher starts cracking for quite a bit. If we find a basic land, though, we'll drop another wizard. Look, it's our friend the Kite Sail. I think we go Rebuke on the Felidar, Kite Sail the Catcher here. Felidar scares the ever-living crap out of me. Hey Shades, great to hear that. Welcome, both to this channel and to the game. Or how long have you been playing Magic? You said MTGA. That doesn't necessarily mean you're a new Magic player. Do we want the Rogue as land? What would that do for us? Guaranteed Sorcerer next turn, but probably want to drain them next turn almost no matter what, because they're going to be one step away from dumping their hand. So I'm going to just keep this as Rogue for now. Wizard wants it as a land. I like... it doesn't change our ability to cast our Mind Drain next turn. That's why I didn't bother. If we don't draw a land next turn, then maybe we have to say, okay, time to get a fourth land down here. All right, but we did get a land, so we can go ahead and play that. We could go Sorcerer, because we're at 10. Sorcerer would help... but maybe we don't want to worry about the Mind Drain now. Yeah, I think actually we go land, Sorcerer... And then next turn, have potentially Mind Drain, but even more potentially Molten Blast on like the Blade Master. And if the Sorcerer, if they don't do something to the Blade Master, the Sorcerer can legit block the Blade Master. So let's do that, and I'll leave the Wizard back as a chump, of course, also because it just gets eaten by the Sneak. But we'll send in the Bug Catcher. Then play the Sorcerer. Didn't need to play the Sorcerer first because they're both wizards. It didn't change the Catcher's damage. Now let's see how this goes. Black-White Heathens. Heathens is a more fantasy atheist, right? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, we're gonna not block because it would just be a chump. Let's what are we hoping to draw though? Like, I guess we'd have to say no blocks. We double block the Skitter, go to 1 on the Rogue, and kill the Blade Master next turn. Yeah, obviously dead to tricks, but we're I should mention it. Yes, I'm not playing around tricks because we can't beat them. Like like if they have a trick, we are just beyond dead, and there's nothing much we can do about it. This is not bad. It is a 3rd type, so we could go up to 6 life and have enough blocks to we then be able to double block the Sneak and actually keep attacking with the Catcher. Yeah, we're like dead to everything, so I'm not worried about that as much as I am. We could also play the Rogue as land and set up Drain Priest next turn. Yeah, we can still trade with the... We can also put Bug Catcher on Blade Master and trade there successfully anyway. Then we're only looking at 2. So yeah, let's just play the Priest and pass then. Little life cushion, and again, like, what does playing this as land do? It lets us play Mind Drain and Blast next turn. But saving this allows us to potentially have another creature on board, which could really matter here. So, yeah, we can't attack. We're going to set up... we're leaving everything back because our block plan right now is both the 2/1s on the 3/4 Menace. Or it's not even as a Menace yet, but still, both 2/1s on the 3/4. And... well, let's see where they go with this. All right. That just makes me inclined to take these 2, double block the Sneak here. Have this for this next turn, and potentially have... let's see, we go to... oh, but then would we just be dead? We could also chump the sneak and put both of these on the rogue and kill that, chump that, go to 4 and be squaring off all of these next turn. We could blast 1 and have 1 left over to chump something else. Yeah, we do gain a life on a mind drain. I'm not sure we're going to have the room for it, though. Definitely got to decide here. I'm out of time. I'm going to go with this line here, but I'm not sure it gets us there. I'm not sure how we get there next turn is my problem. And we're seeing, now we're just dead, right? That 2-for-1 basically kills us. But here, Kite Sail was not good enough. This is, like, Dionysus, I want you to, eyes wide open here. You were fist pumping when your beloved Kite Sail was doing something, but it was a liability here. It contributed to us losing this game, and you need to see that and understand the full texture of this card. Yeah, I'm not even talking about it in comparison with something. I'm talking about, especially when you have a pet card, especially when you've made an argument for a card and you're rooting for it. Yeah. But again, D, you're like, I just want you to acknowledge the shortcomings of that card as much as you're going to fist pump when it's doing something for us. Yeah, great. And that being said, I'm going to cut it, and I'm going to put back in the Molten Blast. And we could also talk about the Silencer. Maybe it's time to cut the Silencer and bring in even just a dorky 4/3 on Tribe, you know. Well, we did. We had the Sail Warrior on the front foot, and then our opponent took us off the front foot, and it was bad again. So it's a real problem with the card, right? Is that it's only good when you're, well, I shouldn't say only good. Sometimes it provides flying defense, and that's relevant too. But it certainly got worse once opponent took the front foot away from us. Yeah, we could put in the blood price and just try to refill a little bit too. But I'm more on the add either more creatures, probably with dropping, like if we're going to cut the 6-drop creature, I do want to add a creature back. It should either be the Vampire or the Gloom Hunter. Did I cut it for a one-time result? I'm not sure what you mean, D. I was experimenting. I didn't think it was the right main deck play. I experimented with it for a couple games, and then I'm reverting to what I thought was the right build. All right, I'll stay on party. We'll try this. Let's see if we like Highborn better than the Silencer in terms of how this plays out. And people wanting some Inordinate Rage, we could try it over the Blast. I'm willing to continue to experiment with how cards are playing in these various archetypes. That was the question, Foil. Foil wanted the Gloom Hunter. Gloom Hunter, definitely better card in the abstract, but the Vampire fills a spot in the curve where we have almost nothing and fits our party theme. So some synergy work brings the Vampire up a little bit, but I acknowledge it's a weak card. No 2s that develop our board, but we're not throwing this back, Keep this and hope to draw a 2-drop creature, honestly. This is unlikely, you know, they're not going to play a 1-drop. We want a Royal Erupt. hope they play something we want to Molten Blast, though. Yeah, we'll blast that. We could even wait and play a Sky Dancer first if we wanted to. What does that get us? We can kind of curve out Sky Dancer into Highborn into Hellion and save our removal for later. If we let Gomafada live... yeah, they're both instant. That's fair. I like, if I'm choosing to kill something with damage against, like, white or whatever, though, or even red with the card we added, the +3/+2, if you're going to use Molten Blast on the Vanguard, for sure, you just want to do it. You don't want to get cute and wait, but we could wait because we have the Sky Dancer. So, yeah, sure, we can wait. But that's my worry. Just in general, when colors that can save a creature are tapped out, get them while the tapping's good. And so here's our spot. Like, do we want to Dancer this in and offer a trade? I'm going to say no. Jinx says burn it. I'm going to say no. I'm going to cast the Sky Dancer this turn. That's fine. I'm going to give him a chance to show us some other stuff to kill. Like, for example, a Jerboa. But we can, I think we could wait on the Jerboa if we want. And just play the Highborn here. So I'm going to do that. Mensch is asking me if I've considered a 6-player team draft with viewers. Not really. Can I just say I don't love team draft? I know all the pros think it's the bee's knees and awesome sauce and every other no longer hip descriptor you want to apply to it, but I don't like it. Let me get into that later. I can talk about my feelings on team draft in a bit, but here I think we just want to Royal Erupt and Molten Blast. Clean up. Although the Hellion really does a job on what they're up to, so we could just Hellion and see if they can get through. Trouble is, they get through, we're like dead. But if we can do 2 damage. I think if we do this, we should go ahead and pick up a land just for the extra damage, don't you think? Not like we need 6 mana next turn. I mean, we might draw something that makes us want it. I'll play it, though. Stunt our land for 2 extra damage. Yeah, I'll do it. We cut our 6-drop rogue, for example. Let's see. Another question is if they, assuming, if they get rid of our Hellion, are we blocking with the Sky Dancer? The thing is, if they're probably playing a land, in which case Sky Dancer does nothing. So we're going to attack. That was the worry. Big smack here. And I'm going to do some blasting while the blasting is clear. Or clear-ish. Start here. Jinx says leave the mouse. I don't know, that thing was... They may be running out of gas on that front, but I was just going to kill 2 things, and if we kill the ambusher, then this can threaten to trade with the guard, and we're stable-ish. Hiya! Can't even block it. Well, mind drain for a couple of cards, but we're still basically close to dead. But
your friend here is only mostly dead.
we have yeah, we're just dead. They just have to attack and we did. All right. Well, fine start has turned into wham bam done. (2-0 to 0-3. Everybody's favorite way to lose an event. I feel like I've been largely struggling with my results in this format. I'm going to chatter a bit while I update the record. I'm going to add this. Like yesterday, we went 1 and 2 in traditional. Today, we're 2 and 3 in Premier, and we were 1 and I had this Bubble Bath was great. We went 7-2 with our deck on Monday. But glancing over my results in this format so far, it is not an impressive glance, let me tell you. Not happy about that. But what can I learn? What am I doing wrong? Black, red. Yesterday was, what did we end up yesterday? Red, green, landfall. All right, now I'll check in with chat a little bit. I don't know if we did a lot of experimentation. We swapped around some cards with minor EV differences to see how they played out, but I don't think it's like, well, we would have gone 7-0, but I swapped in that kite sail for that removal. And it's like, nah, those were all similar enough. That was the point. Like, they were all pretty close. I just feel like we just got today. And I just feel like I've been getting got all over the place. And Magdalene says, I wonder if party needs to be a secondary synergy and not the primary focus. I mean, it wasn't there. In a sense, it was a secondary synergy. It's not like we had a ton of stuff that was counting party. We had some. But I will say my best result so far has been with that style of deck. Not exactly the same deck. And certainly one of the things we were keenly missing there was the 5-mana party-based black common removal spell that can be as low as 1 mana with your full party. We got none of those. I think the deck would have been a lot better with that.